Hello everybody, welcome to the second installment on Unrendered, and today we're joined by Saintqla. Saintqla is a rapper, producer, engineer. He really does everything. Um, from what I know, this is his first interview. Am I right?
This is my first interview.
And we'll get to know more about him. So what came first for you? Cause you do a lot of things. You do producing, energy, like I just said. So like, what came first, like producing or rapping?
I started rapping first with like my homies, and then I stopped rapping, and then I went to beats, and then I kind of like put them up together.
Do you still have like those songs?
Yeah, but I hope they never see the light of day.
Why is that?
And they're both butt, and like I was just like fucking around with my friends, and it was like middle school, so it was, like, we were trying to be edgy. I was like, ugh. Gross.
I So yeah, that kind of explains my question what I was gonna ask. But like, what's the story behind the name Saints Row? Like,
I really like the Saints Row game. And I had to change it to Saints because, obviously it's a video game, and I don't want to have to deal with that in the future. So I just did Saints instead.
do you still use the name Saints Row at all?
Yeah, a little bit, like in my producer tags and stuff. That's
What's your favorite Saints Row game?
Saints Row the Third, man, that one's the best. Saints Row the Third is crazy.
Yeah, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Does the like music scene over there like influence your sound at all?
Not really. There might be like a couple artists, like the DOC. He's crazy. In terms of like lyricism, I definitely take inspiration from him.
But like on the topic of influences, inspirations, like what would you say your inspirations or whatnot are?
Definitely Pharrell, The Sundays, Stereo Lab's crazy, Tyler a little bit, My Chemical Romance, Eminem in 2009, and that's my main inspiration. I could go on like a bunch of like mini niche artists that are weird, but that's like the big ones.
What would you say like got you into like Pharrell?
I think it was Spaz by NERD being on the Watch Dogs 2 soundtrack, and it was playing. And then and also on that soundtrack there was Aerosol Can by him. Both those songs are crazy. And I was like, dang, this song's crazy. And I put them on my playlist. And after that, just going through all his music and then seeing what he produced and stuff. Like long time ago, 6th grade. So what is that? 12?
Yeah, like 11, 12.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the music people compare you to? Because I know like a lot on like TikTok, like people will say you kind of sound like Devon Hendrix or like Tyler the Creator, and I just want to know your opinion on that, because I know most artists get grouped into like what they're inspired by. I just want to know like what you think about that.
I don't sorry, hold on. I hit my microphone. Let me try it again. I don't have really a problem with it, because most of it, or actually all of it, I haven't had like one negative comparison. Like all of it's coming from a positive light. Like, oh, this sounds like Devon, I love this. Or, oh, this sounds like Tyler, oh my gosh, old Tyler, dude, whatever. And they'll like the post or whatever. Like that's cool. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, that's great. And I'll respond to the comment like, I don't know what I said. But in that sense it's great, and I haven't really encountered like people like hating on it, which I think I will, obviously, because who doesn't get hate.
What are some of your dream collaborations?
Obviously Pharrell. I think I could make Dead Right go in a crazy flow. I want to produce for Nettspend because I think it'd be funny.
That would be crazy.
Dude, producing for Nettspend would be so stupid. I think it'd be so fun. I want to get, actually on that Dead Right track, I want to have Young Neil on that track. I feel like that'd be funny. And I won't tell him that Dead Right's on there.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like Dead Right spoilers.
No.
I want to work with, I want to take the Sundays out of retirement. And I want to work with Gerard Way.
With who? What was the last one?
Gerard Way. He's the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
How do you join Camp Nowhere?
I DM'd Sir Rodriguez because I saw him on IG. Like, I think it was 2024. I think it was like September or something. And I was like, "Yo, bro, can I have a feat for the free?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, let me hear your music." Actually, no, he didn't say yeah. He was like, "Let me hear your music." So I sent him. I think I sent him like an early version of "Go to Japan," Dr. Pepper, and the She Wild Freestyle, which are on the Sash Tape. And he was like, "Oh hell yeah, we can collab." I think that's literally what he said. "Oh hell yeah, we can collab." And then he ghosted me for like a month. And then he was like, "Yo, you trying to join this group?" And I was like, give me more deets." And then I gave him my Discord, and then after that, I was in the group basically.
How'd you find Sir Rodriguez?
I'm not joking. I looked up rapper on IG and he popped up.
That's crazy. That's
By a
insane.
chance,
Like,
yeah.
that's crazy. What is it? What could you tell us about Camp Nowhere?
I think a lot of groups nowadays are like very manufactured, and I think all of us are great friends. Like, all of us are actual friends, and I think that's what the difference is. Some of the songs we're literally just having fun. We're making what we want to make as a group. It's like our offer, and I think that's something that a lot of people can't say. Like, it's really a true reflection of this group of friends. I think in music, that's not, I haven't seen that before, except for like maybe Wu-Tang Clan and Odd Future and D12.
Yeah, I love that explanation. How did on the topic of groups, how did Saintqla become thing?
Me and Manti just made a lot of songs. Manti's Mantequila, and we made a lot of songs, and we were like I didn't put them on my album because my album was like spacey and weird and blah blah blah, and I was just straight up like rapping on there. So we just decided, we threw them in I wasn't untitled. I think it was a Google Drive folder, and we were like, "Hey, should we just drop this?" And yeah, but there isn't anything like officially released yet though. So
You got any like future Saintqla plans that you'd like to announce?
yeah, we dropped No Internet 1 on SoundCloud, and that's cool, but No Internet 2 is dropping soon. I don't want to say when because I don't know when, but it's like soon.
What happened with The Way It's Been? Because I know that was a Saintqla project.
Yo, we don't talk about The Way It's Been, bro. That's that. I didn't like it, and I don't think it's gonna drop.
I'm telling the listener, bro. I heard some of that shit on there, and that would have changed everything. But I'm just saying.
Yo, group by that shit in 10 years.
Yeah, bro. Y'all are gonna have to group by that and his old songs. How do you feel about your earlier works? Like I just mentioned, like the Sash Tape and whatnot.
Talking about like everything that I dropped.
Kind of like 2024, like before Passport.
Okay, 2024. Okay, before my album, I think the Sash Tape is where I started like momentum towards what my album would be. So I think it's good, but obviously it's like all right, it's very derivative of stuff too. Go to Japan was on the Sash Tape, but that was the one track on there that I was like, this is good enough to take with me,
Mm-hmm.
And Sash Tape, I think it had a very distinct energy that's different from my album, and I hope to get that energy again.
Yeah. Will you ever bring a Sash Tape to streaming platforms?
Never. That's never. It would probably won't be able to be honest, because they're all like, it was before I produced for myself, so it was it's like YouTube beats. There's like one old Tyler beat, and there's like a Tyler verse on there because I put his verse from VCR onto Let Him Go, and also he's the hook. So yeah, I don't think that would even be a possibility.
Was Go to Japan the only track on the Sash Tape that made it to Passwords and Pricetags?
You know what? Let me check because I don't want to be wrong. Brief little shit. Oh, I guess you don't know was on the Sash Tape. Dr. Pepper was on the Sash Tape too, and Mixed Signals. That's crazy. Sorry, I'm looking at it right now. That's wild.
When did you
There's
start
also
Oh,
my bad.
what were you gonna say?
There's also like unreleased, like stuff that's not even on SoundCloud that's on the Sash Tape that I took down because it's like worse than, it's just bad.
It's gonna get grouped by 10 years.
10 years, man.
When did you start working on passports and price tags, and like what was the creative process behind it?
Other than Go to Japan, which was like before that, which did inspire the album. So I mean, you could say that, but that, I'm not gonna count it because it would be like 2024 fucking whatever. But I think it was around, I want to say, I think the first song I made on there was Buy You a Drink. Other than the Sash Tape songs, obviously. The Sash Tape songs were there first. Okay, I started in October of 2024, and I'm pretty sure it dropped January 2nd, so it's not that long of a time window. But I mean, it's a really like a mixtape, so I threw it all together. But after I made Go to Japan, the rest of the songs kind of took that theme of like destination and what I was doing in that destination and how did I get to that destination.
Yeah, like traveling.
Yeah, like traveling and doing whatever. I was obviously inspired by Call Me If You Get Lost on that.
Yeah, that's dope.
No.
What's your favorite song on passports and price tags?
I think it's Fly to Paris. I think it's like the beat is really great and I really like the ending bridge outro thing. I don't know what it would be called.
Yeah.
But I think that's my favorite song on there. I think Go to Japan is a close second though.
Yeah. We all know what Mantequila's favorite song on there is.
Dude, I don't get why you like. Okay, let me declare this. I do not like certain songs on my album, and one of them is Mixed Signals, and I think that it is bottom 3 Saints. I think it's one of my bottom 3 songs I've ever made. And Mantequilla, for some reason, oh, this is the best song you've ever made, blah, blah, blah. Shit's ass. But
just thought I'd have to mention that.
Just had to throw that out, man.
Yeah, what's your favorite verse on passports and price tags?
Ooh.
It doesn't have to be one you wrote, but
I think it would be, I think that is Go to Japan. I think Go to Japan is my favorite verse on there.
The first or second?
No, it isn't. That's good. The way I was flowing on That's Good sounds so crazy. I think it sounds really good. Yeah, I wish I would have made that song longer.
How'd you go about filming the Buy You a Drink and Garbage Swag music videos, and like what was the like ideas or like, you know, the process behind them?
So my album had a different idea around it whenever I made Buy You a Drink. Buy You a Drink was the only song that I made on that album that wasn't inspired by Go to Japan. So originally my album was going to be like on some like Project X party stuff, and that's why in that music video you see like all the cups and stuff. By the way, the music video is like really it's really bad.
I like
Don't watch it. Don't watch it, bro.
No, watch that right now. After you click on this video, watch it, okay?
Right, it'd be funny if you like put like the you know like the card in the corner like.
I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna edit the whole Buy You Drink music video in here right now.
Can we take a little break in the bathroom? We're talking about a game in the classroom. Homies always getting high in the back room. It's just us two. Let's get back to what you were saying earlier.
Like the whole
Dude, don't speed it up over this shit. But I look stupid in that video anyway. But and obviously it looks like a party in that video. And yes, I individually set up each one of those cups.
How many
I cleaned them up. It was like 4 packs of the cups, and I didn't use all of them because I used some of them for a photo shoot, which no one's ever seen those photos. And then the Garbage Swag music video. There was no direction, man. I wish I would have done this better. Cause like there's like if you look at the video, it's like what the fuck is going on? I guess it sort of looks like the song in the way that like it's chaotic and the song's like whatever. But Also, the Five Nights at Saints gift came from that, and I do not.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Don't put that on the screen. Oh, I put it on the screen. Fuck.
But there's like an outro to Garbage Swag, and I want to know like what you could explain about that.
There's a story behind it. It kind of got lost in the sauce. I cut a bunch of things in the album. There was a couple songs that in that vein of why that dude got ran over. He didn't get ran over. He just got hit by the car and he broke his nose, and that's why you see a bunch of blood on him. But he has a name.
Oh, what was the name of the dude in Garbage Swag?
His name's George. His name's George.
George. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you got any other projects coming out in the future that you'd like to speak about?
There's actually multiple. There is, obviously, I mentioned it before, but the Nowhere Internet 2, which is Saintqla, me and Tequila. Our album is dropping very soon. I think that's the first one that's going to come out. Second, the Sash Tape Part 2 will be happening. This will be on streaming and stuff. It's another mixtape. Not trying to capture the same energy, but just, having fun with it. And me and Jaguar forming a band. It's called April's Diary. Working title. I don't know if it's gonna still be called that. And that's happening someday.
Okay. There's a lot to expect. What's your favorite part about producing?
I think my favorite part about producing is, well, when it's for me, it's trying to find something I haven't done before, and when it's for other people, it's trying to make them do something that they haven't done before. And like go in a different, like if it's a rapper, going in like a different pocket, or if it's like a singer, like when I just produced for Jaguar like 2 seconds ago, I was like, I don't really hear much of this instrument or this sound in her music, so I'm gonna try using this. And usually it's ass, but sometimes it's really good.
Okay, bro, I swear, y'all your biggest haters, bro.
Bro, I'm not hating. It's just like it takes a lot of tries to get something really good. Like that whole album I dropped has like 6 good songs on it.
He's lying. Don't listen to him.
Listen to me, man.
What's your favorite part about rapping?
Hold on. I wasn't prepared for that one, man. I think my favorite part about rapping is rhyming multiple syllables together. I think it's fun. Like, because obviously you can rhyme like butt with King Tut, right? But like whenever you rhyme like a whole sentence together, you get this feeling of like, yeah, I just did that, and you get a big dopamine rush, and it feels great to be able to rhyme like thin hat man with a, I don't know, I got kin Batman or something, I don't know. Sin Batman, sorry.
That's cool. So I think this is a question that most people are gonna ask, but who is DJ Chanclas?
Yo, DJ Chanclas is my cousin. He has a real deep voice, and I let him chill out. Actually, we were talking about it. I think the Sash Tape is going to be presented by DJ Chanclas in the way that you would hear like a Youngster Girls mixtape. So DJ Chanclas will be a major part of that. And DJ Chanclas is a really good friend. Check out Camp KNOWHERE Archive if you don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot of great music there, man.
Yeah, I've heard some of it. It's really good.
It's really great. Shout out Racing.
Yeah. How do you get the motivation for music?
I think a lot of it comes from like things that'll happen in my everyday, like emotions I'll feel in every day. Like when for example, sorry to go on a tangent, but for example, like when I made Go to Japan, I was actually in LA, and this girl I was talking to at the time flew out to LA like while I was out there. I was like, yo, what the heck, dude? So, and I really liked this girl at the time. I don't like that girl anymore. We off that, but I really liked that girl at the time. So I was like, dude, it would be so sick for this to happen, this to happen. A lot of it is me like imagining like, oh, dude, it would be so sick for this, blah blah blah. Sometimes I'm just horny, and then I make like do it like this or camera.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've actually never been to a party, and I was like, damn, I watched Project X and I was like, damn, that's crazy. So I may buy you a drink. Like a lot of it's like that, stuff like that. I have been to Italy though. That's why I made Italy.
Nice. What songs would you perform if you did a concert?
I think I would definitely do Italy, buy you a drink, go to Japan. I don't know if Do It Like This Girl would be too embarrassing, but I think that instrument was really good, and it'd be a fun song to do. I would do Mixed Signals, just because it's like one of the few songs I have that's where it's like solely me. Garbage Swag I would do, but I have like a version to where, you know, I don't have to do it with Rodrigo. Obviously, if Rodrigo's there with me, I would do it with him, but like that's not always going to be the case. I would do Fly to Paris, and I would do That's Good. For sure, I would do That's Good. Oh my god. By the way, I don't know if I've made it clear enough. I really like That's Good. I would do Camera, and I would do Dr. Pepper for sure.
Okay, that's dope. Have you told people you know in person about your music, and like if you have, like what do they think about it?
Yeah, I think everyone that I've encountered, it wasn't more of like a yo check out my music type of thing. It was more like people at my school just kind of knew, and it wasn't like a small school, but it wasn't also a big school, so like everyone followed each other, so people knew what I was doing. And I haven't encountered people like that didn't like my music. So it was like a thing of like, yeah, it was like more of like a neutral thing. It wasn't like, yo, your music's lit, unless it was like someone who was glazing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You can glaze if you want. I'm pro glaze.
Yeah.
But like it also wasn't like, you know, it was also a bad thing. It was more of just like, yeah, he's doing his thing, whatever. But like my mom knows, like my sister knows about my music, so it's not like, I don't think there's anyone like that I do know in person that doesn't know that I make music or hasn't heard my music.
Yeah. It's cool. Do any of your like on the same thing, like do any of your family, friends, or like friends in general like do music as well?
No, I don't think so. And if they do, that's wild. Cause like my family, I don't think there's anyone in my family that I would expect it to.
What's the best thing about Texas?
The girls. Nah, I'm just playing. I think the best thing about being in Texas is, for me, is that there isn't an established music scene, so I can kind of make my own path. Like, there's not a sound. Like, if you go to Detroit or you go to New York, there's already a rap sound established. But like, the biggest thing out of where I'm from, especially, is like TK and fucking Post Malone. And Yella Beezy. Yeah, that's on me, babe. That's him. But that's I think that's it from Dallas. So like, there's not much, you know what I mean? But I think that's good for me.
Yeah, I relate because you know I'm from Massachusetts, and like it's
508, man.
Bro, if you don't know,
play the clip.
Yeah, let me play the clip.
508 is where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from.
If you don't like, there's artists that come out of Massachusetts, but like, bro, the only people we got is like Coi Leray, bro. And not that there's anything against her, but like.
Coi Leray's from Boston.
Yeah, cause her dad. Did you know her dad is Benzino?
Yeah, Benzino.
Yeah.
Oh, Benzino's from Boston. Yes.
Yeah, and so there's not really a music scene out here either, you know. Like the only like Boston artist I personally listen to is Sir Rodriguez. So like.
Shout out Sir Rodriguez.
Yeah, shout out. So yeah. I'm gonna switch up the vibe of the questions a little bit. You know, hood irony or brain rot? What's better?
Like all of brain rot, you get more, but I feel like hood irony is like it's like timeless. I feel like the whole point of hood irony is that like it's it's just so stupid and out of place. So I think I'll take hood irony because I think it has more longevity.
Yeah.
I want Iguodala.
That's true, bro. I relate with that.
Relate to that, bro. I relate to that.
Alright. What's your favorite artist from each decade of rap, from like like the 80s to now?
Okay, 80s to now. I think 80s. Hold on. When did? Oh, I think I'm gonna go with
You can start with the 90s if you want. If you can't think of it.
Hold on, wait. Let me check on. I think it might be Slick Rick. Slick Rick stuff in the '80s was crazy, but if I think De La Soul's first album was '89. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with De La Soul because that album in '89 crazy. Oh my god, dude. And then in the '90s, I think I'm gonna go with Tribe Called Quest. They're just insane, man. But there's a lot of competition, but I just love a Tribe Called Quest that much.
Solid pick.
2000s, I'm gonna go with NERD, obviously. Like, come on. Like, I don't even gotta say none. And then 2010s. See, I don't. Oh shit, it's gotta be rap.
Yeah, rap.
Okay, just rap. I wasn't even thinking. Like, I could choose totally different picks if it wasn't just rap. We'll run that up after.
Yeah.
But I think in the 2010s, I think just for no, because that wasn't a rap album. Damn. I think maybe Childish.
Childish Gambino.
He has some great stuff in the 2010s.
That's a good pick as well. How about the 2020s? I know we're not done, but like so far.
We're not done. Nah, I think I'm gonna go with Nettspend. Deadass. I like Nettspend's music. Nettspend, sorry.
Like, how you feel about Nettspend hate?
I think it's deserved. I don't think. If this is ass. No. But like, it's like, yo, pull up your pants. You look dumb. Stop dancing like that. You sound stupid on the stage. Yeah, okay. Sure. He might sound a little silly. But I fuck with his music. So it's okay. We gonna be okay.
What's your favorite Nettspend song?
Fuck Swag. Or the not We Not Like You, the Nothing Like You, that unreleased one that he couldn't clear. That one's hard.
So Nettspend or Nas?
We don't got all of Nettspend yet. I'm gonna take Nas.
Alright,
Purely because we don't know if Nettspend will fall off though.
No, bro, Nettspend could really be like.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Illmatic is number 3 albums of all time.
Oh, we could.
Rap album, sorry.
We could
Rap
talk
albums.
about that, but
Yo, ask me my favorite. I just asked my favorite album of all time.
Yeah.
Rap album.
What's your favorite rap album of all time?
That'll have to be The Infamous by Mobb Deep. It's the greatest thing you'll ever hear. All of the production is crazy. All of the lyrics are crazy, and they're all very creative songs, and it's all masked behind this gritty New York 90s rap, and it's so great. It's so awesome, and it's the greatest rap album of all time.
Okay.
Not one skip.
And that's a pretty big achievement for an album. Back on to the favorite artists of each decade, because I know you said there was more you could name, but it was just limited to rap. So like, what would you say in general, all music?
I think for the 80s it would be Wham.
And you wouldn't even have to start in the 80s. You could start like earlier if you want.
Oh shit. 50s, give me the Ponytails.
Okay.
60s, I don't know enough, man. I don't know enough. I don't want to say anything about the 70s either. I don't know enough. I don't want to give like a trash ass pick. 90s, probably Stereolab or the Sundays or Juliana Hatfield. This is a 3-way tie, man. This all of their music is so good. I think I have to give it to the Sundays though, because oh god, dude. And then in the 2000s, shit. In 2000s, man, I might have to give it to like Justin Timberlake or something, man, because like this great. I think I might still give it to NERD. What am I talking about? Fuck. Still NERD. Yeah, in the 2000s, and then 2010s, Pharrell. Girl is a great album, and no one listens to it as much as In My Mind, and it deserves more love. And then 2020s, I'm gonna have to go in Nettspend.
Okay.
Out of all music released in the past 5 years, I'm taking Nettspend, man.
Like honestly,
I want Iguodala.
Like yeah, like honestly, like I understand the Nettspend.
Oh wait, shit. Oh fuck! Hold on, my bad. Give me Faye Webster. Her album, what was it? 2022, and I think she dropped another one. Oh my god, those were crazy. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Holy shit.
Like I was saying, like honestly, this is my take on Nettspend is that like he gets a lot of hate, but like I feel like he's gonna be the same thing Young Lean was, because if you think about it, they're more similar. Like they both blew up at like a really young age, and like they're like similar
But
content.
Young Lean is like a low key, you know what I mean? It's like a low key like influence type of guy. And if we see a lot of Nettspend influence in rap, I feel like that would be really cool to see. Like OK production influence, that would be really cool to hear.
Yeah.
Where people branch off from that kind of sound.
And it's crazy.
I'm not gonna be doing that.
Yeah,
but-
and it's crazy because like you know how like nowadays like people will make like the like Nicki Minaj beats in 2011, like in like 15 years people are gonna be doing like Nettspend beats in 2024. Like
bro, I didn't even think about that. POV, your Nettspend in 2023, looking at YouTube beats.
I know, bro. It's pretty interesting to think about.
Drink.
But
That's crazy to think.
What was I gonna say? Kind of get off track from what I had written down, but what's I gonna say? What do you want people to know about you?
I'm an artist from Dallas. I'm young and hungry. Pause. Title, dog. I make good music. I sing too, and I'm in Camp Nowhere. That's it.
So you know that wraps up the Saints Row interview. You know, first interview with Saints Row, second installment of Unrendered. And I also
Unrendered.
So I also want to give thanks to Saints for helping with Unrendered. You know, he does the outro jingle you're about to hear in like 2 minutes, or actually maybe less. He does some background music. You know, well, I'm wrong. DJ Chanclas does that.
Yeah, that was DJ Chanclas, man.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. Bye.